Hey y'all, so I am a little bit late on this post, but this has to do with the recent new moon that we had this past Sunday. It was a new moon in Aquarius, and kind of bypassing the regular stuff that I would normally do. I wanted to talk a little bit more because I have been studying astrology and getting more into um, yeah, just learning more about astrology and how the planets are affecting us and, you know, wanting to learn more. I still haven't, after all these years, gone over my birth chart 100% because that thing is pages and pages long. I was considering getting a birth chart reading myself to help myself get more familiarized. And people that I know that are, you know, versed in astrology, they say that it's taken them years, and even with themselves, they get confused about certain things or they might not know everything, and it's a long process to learn. As a matter of fact, let me provide some further insight. So, this is a book I got quite some time ago, and it was actually, I was fortunate enough that it was on sale. This is called The Secret Language of Astrology. And what is the original price? I can't tell, but it was for the low, low price of $10. I got it from Chapters Indigo. And wow, so it happens that I open on Libra. So there's like a lot of interesting information. It is very, very detailed. And here we go again. Interpreting the birth chart too, the whole chart and its dynamics. So there's a lot of information in here. What is this one? Aries, the ram. I don't know if you can see, there's a whole lot of information in here and a lot of beautiful artwork. Everything you need to cast and understand your birth chart. And it's not just about that. Let's see what else is in here. I don't want to take too long because I really wanted to get to a particular point. So basically the introduction is talking about astrology from the earliest times, Babylonian and Egyptian astrology, Greco-Roman and Indian astrology, the rejection and revival of astrology, Christian astrology, astrology dismissal and rediscovery, astrology in the 20th century, and the future of astrology, not to mention stuff about the different planets, the moon, the different signs, of course, like everything that you can imagine that would be in astrology. And this is by Roy Gillett. So there's a lot to go over through this. This actually is so detailed that I thought I might even start, you know, smaller than this. But yeah. And if you're wondering why it's in such good condition, it's because I haven't been using it too much. But besides that, I like to keep my stuff in very good shape. So this is, I'm going to be relying heavily on some information that I pulled online, offline, yeah, not online, some information I pulled offline. And yeah, so there's a lady by the name of, oh no, I might have to look her up. I think her last name is Bracha. And I found her, and she was talking about Pluto in Aquarius. And there's a lot of debate about whether or not, when did the Age of Aquarius actually start? And some people have said that it started during the civil rights movement, so around the 60s. There's other people that say that the Age of Aquarius started somewhere, I don't know if it was 1700s or something like that, or am I mistaking it? I know what preceded it was the Age of Capricorn, and that was all about, you know, money, 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 me, me, me. And whereas Aquarius is humanitarianism, and, you know, it's more about giving, sharing, minimalist, this type of, you know, nature. So that's where they're kind of cutting it off, like looking at how society has changed over that time and kind of marking it there. But then when I Google searched it a few years ago, it was talking about how many hundreds or thousands of years it takes for Pluto to get into Aquarius, which I think is what the Age of Aquarius. Regardless, I'm a little bit, like, as you know, I'm not as well versed. Like when it comes to even, you know, memorizing the houses and what planets rule each house and all the rest of that type of stuff, not, I can't summon that from the top of my head. So I'm just gonna be relying on some notes that I got online And yeah, let's just get started. Forgive me if this is going to be like a little bit of a reading session, but I think that there's some points to discuss. So it says that there's no single agreed upon date for the Age of Aquarius. It's believed to have to be beginning soon, or with some astrologers pointing 2012 and 2020 with Pluto entering Aquarius, or even 2024, 2025 with astronomical calculations suggesting around 2600 CE, as we are currently in a slow transition from the age of Pisces, marked by Earth's wobble precision, moving to the spring equinox point in Aquarius. Let me see here. Varying definitions. Some use fixed equal-sized zodiac signs around 2,000 years each, placing Aquarius from 2000 to 4000 AD, while others use actual unevenly sized constellations, which changes the timing. So commonly cited periods, many believe we're already in the 200-year transition period from Pisces to Aquarius. There's something about Capricorn, so I don't know where this part is going. I don't remember reading about this part, which states decades ago. 2012, cited by some, 2020, marked by significant conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn, and Pluto entering Aquarius until 2043. So there's actually some strong points about that are coming up that has to do with AI and a lot of technology taking over, which we're seeing right now. So it's playing itself out. Let's see. So in astrology, Pluto represents deep transformation, power, and uncovering hidden truths, while Aquarius symbolizes innovation, community, humanitarianism, technology, and rebellion. Together, the Pluto in Aquarius transit signifies a major generational shift towards collective evolution, social revolution, technological breakthroughs, and fundamentally changing societal structures and power dynamics for the future. This transit forces individuals and societies to confront power imbalances and evolve, ushering in an era of radical change and possibilities. And we're seeing a lot of, unfortunate unrest in different countries as well, which could be a result of this transition. So just a little bit more information, the meaning of Pluto. So the transformation and rebirth is one of the meanings. So Pluto governs profound change, destruction leading to new growth, and the underworld of unconscious material demanding deep inner work, power and control. It relates to hidden power obsession and the ruthless pursuit of control, but also the reclaiming of personal power. Secrets and shadows. Pluto brings buried issues, secrets, and societal shadows into the light for healing and transformation. Aquarius meaning innovation and technology rules progress, science, radical ideas, and groundbreaking innovations. In regards to community and humanity, represents the collective, social consciousness, humanitarian ideals, and group dynamics. Freedom and rebellion, it symbolizes independence, breaking traditions, and revolutionary change. So Pluto in Aquarius now. Collective revolution, a massive push for social justice, new governance, and humanitarian efforts. For technology awakening, deep transformations in technology, AI, and how we connect. There's also the collective revolution. Okay, I read that part. Yeah. Okay, so I was mentioning a lady by the name of Bracha. I'm going to include her link because she does a real about 11-minute deep dive into what Pluto in Aquarius means. And again, it's going to be in Aquarius until 2043. So she was talking about the minimalism and people really eating less, being slimmer, consuming less, being more concerned about each other, technology taking over, but also talking about, I did make some points, I remembered, also talking about what it's going to be like for the balance of technology and human beings. Like, how is that going to work? How are we going to control technology, or is technology eventually going to control us? Which, if you want to look at things like social media and things like that, we're kind of there with it. technology is what we need. But somebody actually mentioned something that made a good point. It wasn't her. It might have been her, but I was listening to a few different things at the same time when I was doing my little research here and there. Um, and they were talking about the fact that with what happens, because this is always something for me, what happens if there is like one of those Y2K things that people were so concerned about back in the day, where everything just shuts down? Like, what do we do then? Who do we rely upon if everything is going to be electronic or, technological, taking over, people's jobs? Like, are we all going to have to move into, computer programming or coding or what have you? Like, what is it going to be like? So something to think about. So I thought I'd take a bit of a different approach with this one. Again, let me see if I can find her name. Bear with me a moment. Okay, so I just did a quick search I should have been a little bit more prepared, but like I said, Anyway, so her name is Bracha Goldsmith. I'm gonna put it up and put a link as well. It's Bracha, and last name is Goldsmith, Goldsmith. And this was something that she had posted. She was posting about 3 years ago and she stopped and she recently came back. She also has an astrology school page that's called Bracha Astrology School. And I'm trying to find the video that she mentioned. Let me just see if I can just put Bracha Goldsmith. We'll say, yeah, Pluto in Aquarius. All right, so she titled it We Are the People, and it's 11 minutes and 27 seconds. And she really goes into what to expect around that time. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but this is the video that I'm referencing. So yeah, you might want to take a listen to this video. She's very informative, very thorough. She goes into a lot of different details about, how different planets react in different signs. And I think I found another one of her. No, this is her page, actually, the main page. Yeah, there's just a lot of really good information, and also she talks about 3 years. She has 1.1 million views on a video she did 3 years ago. That's talking about a new era between the time period of 2025 to 2026. So I think I'm going to go over that again and see what she said and see if anything has come to pass that she had mentioned. Yeah, so much credit to her because she reminded me about the Age of Aquarius and Pluto being in Aquarius and what that actually means. So hopefully you gained a little bit of insight. I'm sorry I had to just read from here, but as I mentioned, I'm not as well versed and I wasn't very well prepared, but it was just written in a way that she kind of relayed the information, but hearing it from her, she says it with a lot more passion because that's really her thing. And yeah, check her out. And I will be back to giving my, more shorter breakdowns. And as I get further into astrology and I can explain things on a much deeper level, we'll go there as well. But in the meantime, back to my studies. And until next time, it's the cheat code.